Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Fandom Fights. We're still in the teams tournament here, rocking and rolling in round number 2. We got the number 4 seed, Guns and Ships, going up against the number 5 seed, I want to say. Yes, look at me go. Galac-Deez, nuts. I feel dirty. Nick, what do you think about the matchup?
I'm excited. Two teams who've sort of made a name for themselves this year. Guns and Ships making a name for themselves since last year, but doing it in very different ways. Guns and Ships has challenged for titles. They've definitely had success in this league. Galac-Deez nuts being very new showed us that they have a lot of promise in their first couple matches and then in the summer, and we haven't seen them since. So now would be a great time for them to show us what they're made of, Tim.
We saw them in round 1, though.
Oh, yeah, you know what I meant.
All right, let's go talk to
but yeah, anyway.
Let's go talk to the teams right now in the promos.
Wow, we already got forgotten.
Hey, I'm here with Galac-Deez nuts. Yeah, you know, the uber talented, uber handsome gentleman. Yeah, we're here for a meet and greet. Yeah, meet and greet with I don't know, boats and hoes. No, Guns and Ships. Hey, everybody, we're here. We're here to play a second round. How you guys doing?
I'm ready to sign some Fun DMC shirts.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's a promotional aspect. We're here. Al's got his marker. Antonio's got his headshots. We're here to make life easy for everybody, but except for the opponents, because we're here to fuck the shit up.
Yeah. I just want to get right to it.
Fuck DMC. Let's go.
I don't know what the fuck that was. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what they thought they were doing. I like your fantasy world. You made it to the quarterfinals again. We're gonna go make it to the semifinals again. We're probably gonna go make it to the finals again. This team is maybe the most accidentally incredible thing I've ever done in my entire career. Is being like, Albert and Boat, you want to be a team? Sure. And now you guys literally have played for the titles twice, and you guys do it with like no like you just don't sweat, because like for you guys, you just come and have fun, and that's exactly what you're gonna do today. And I have all the confidence in the world that you're gonna fuck shit up again. There's Megan's man. Let's play.
Nick, what'd you think of those promos?
Well, Galac-Deez nuts won with a 93% accuracy over Malachi Cargo, 30-21, and Guns and Ships won with a 75% accuracy over Necronomicon in round number 1. See, I know things I just forget sometimes.
I mean, that's fair. All right, let's get into it. Round number 1, Nick, how's it going to work?
Round number 1 is going to work like this. We have 10 questions in the realm of Fandom Fights. Each individual player will have 15 seconds to write down their answer. At the end of 15 seconds, we will say pens down, at which point players will reveal their answers and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece, and should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number 1, they would receive a bonus question. Each team will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Teams, any questions as we get in round number 1?
Nope. I'm on a hotspot on my phone, so we better get going.
All right, your first question comes in the category of DreamWorks animation. In Puss in Boots, a large version of what specific kind of animal attacks San Ricardo?
Are you excited for the sequel?
Didn't know it was happening, which is wild. It's like soon, right?
Christmas.
That's soon.
Yeah. 5. 4.
Great marketing campaign they got. Really getting the word out.
1. Pens down. Let's go to Boatman.
I don't remember. Is it a goose?
Let's go to Albert.
Duck, goose.
Albert.
Goose?
And Antonio.
God damn it, chicken.
I said chicken when I answered this question. Yeah, it's 2-1 goose. Correct. So 2-1 in favor of Guns and Ships as we get into your next question in the category of Mission Impossible. Who does William Brandt arrive in Casablanca with in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation? Not to be confused with Mission Impossible Rouge Nation. Different movie.
What?
Can I get a clarification? Do you need like a character name or
Yes.
what are you looking for? Okay.
5. 4.
Repeat the question, please.
All right, it's going to be the first repeat for Guns and Ships. Who does William Brandt arrive in Casablanca with in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation? So, Nick, before I asked the question, and then I said not to be confused with Mission Impossible Rouge Nation. And then you said, what?
Oh, yeah, I did do that.
Yeah. And then
good one, Tim.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Abel.
I said Luther.
Let's go to Albert.
I said Ethan Hunt.
Go to Antonio.
The director Hundley.
And Bowman.
I said Benji, but I do think it's Luther.
It is Luther. So we are all tied up 2-2. Abel will be the only one to remain perfect. What is next?
Next question comes in the category of the Wizarding World. Who plays nearly headless Nick in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone?
Are you nearly headless?
Yep. Truthfully, we all are. We're really just one low-hanging door away from.
That's fair. That's fair. 5,
That,
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Albert.
John Cleese.
We'll go to Antonio.
John Cleese.
Boatman.
John Cleese.
And Abel.
John Cleese.
And sweet. 4-4. As you get into your next question, in Planet of the Apes. Which Planet of the Apes film features a character who destroys a classroom?
that was very well enunciated.
Thank you, Nick.
Destroys a classroom.
I feel the need to enunciate.
Peter Piper picked a peck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5,
Good job, Tim.
3. Thank you. 2, 1. Pens down. Pens down, Antonio. I said pens down. I said
Yeah,
pens
it
down.
was too late. Sorry, guys.
Antonio, we'll go to you.
I said Rise of the Planet, but I didn't finish the freaking title.
Bowman.
Battle for the Planet of the Apes.
Abel.
Yeah, Battle 4. Can you accept that? You know what I'm talking about.
And Albert.
Battle for the Planet of the Apes.
Battle for the Planet of the Apes is the correct
Can you not accept it?
Nah,
I mean, like if Ghost Protocol can be accepted, Battle 4 cannot be accepted.
You are welcome to challenge if you would like.
What do you think, Antonio?
I mean, there is the whole discrepancy that we know what series it's in. So, I mean, that's
so
up
if
to you.
it's in that series, then can we ask Robert?
Yeah.
Oh, I did it too. You do.
As someone who's had missteps with titles, I'm not sure you have a leg to stand on.
Okay. Yeah.
Just because.
Because like if just Ghost Protocol or like just Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, but that's sort of a difference between like a subtitle.
Yeah, that's
versus.
cool.
I got you.
That's
All right.
Yeah, I just don't. I just think there's so much match left. It's not
That's
worth
cool.
it trying to.
Right. All right. Cool.
It sucks about my favorite ground.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we're moving on. It is 6-4. What is next, Nick?
Your next question comes in the category of Disney live action. Rip. Your question is: an animal named Bold Ruler is what kind of animal in a Disney live action film?
Yeah, this is the first match we're recording after the new fandom announcements. If you go back, probably Pacing Johnson, you will find clues sprinkled throughout other matches where we kind of winked and nodded at certain things, like very noticeably, and nobody said anything. It was pretty great.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Boatman.
I had no idea. I said horse.
I'll go to Abel.
I was so sad about that perfect round, but that was never going to happen. Cat.
Let's go to Albert
I said dog.
and Antonio.
I said a bear.
One of you is correct. It is Caleb Boatman. Horse.
Wow.
Correct. So,
Can we know what movie it's from?
Yeah, what film is it?
Secretariat.
Secretariat.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Also a real live horse, if you knew that. But
All right. So your next question is going to come in the category of the worlds of DC. Which Suicide Squad member has the real name George Harkness? Yeah, my favorite was the time that you said, I watched Bad Boys last night and then winked at the camera and I was like, haha, and nobody did. Like it was
Who was playing in that match, but yeah.
It was Spence and I think it was Spence was one managing. So I don't remember who was. Oh, you know what it was? It was Albert versus Alex. 5,
Oh, that's right.
4,
Oh.
3,
Albert was there.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Abel.
Captain Boomer.
Albert.
Captain Boomerang.
Antonio.
Captain Boomerang.
Captain Boomerang.
That is correct. So 9-6 as we get into the next one.
Next question comes in the category of Star Wars. Which Star Wars film features the death of Governor Tarkin?
Would you ever run for office?
I run from the office at 5 o'clock every day.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel that. I feel that.
My shoes are rather worn out. It's very uncomfortable.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Albert.
A New Hope.
Antonio.
Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope.
Bowman.
I said The Empire Strikes Back.
And Abel.
A New Hope. And just to be sure, I put Star Wars 4.
A New Hope is correct. So 10-8, cutting into that lead a little bit as we get into the 8th question, the category of scores and soundtracks. Who composed the score for Watchmen? The Men That Watch.
Do you watch Men?
Currently, in this moment, yes, I have to keep a close watch on these men
Yeah.
so that there's no funny business.
Yeah, absolutely.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Antonio.
Brian Tyler.
Go to Boatman.
I said Hans Zimmer. I have no idea.
Go to Abel.
I also guessed Hans Zimmer.
And Albert.
I said Tyler Bates.
Tyler Bates is correct.
Heck yeah.
Use a Tyler in there. Fuck.
Yeah. All right. What's next, Nick?
Your penultimate question comes in the category of Pixar. And the question is, in Lightyear, what type of vegetable does Buzz make the nickname of the large ship? Do you like this one?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you the same thing. I really love this movie.
I enjoyed watching it in the theater. I had a good time.
I'm definitely on the opposite end of it. I really, really loved it.
I don't think it reaches like peak Pixar, but like I had a great time.
Yeah. 5, 4,
Kind of
3.
weird they chose to make it, but whatever.
Pens down. That's fair. Boatman.
I remember. I said pumpkin.
Let's go to Abel.
Underrated veg. Turnip.
We'll go to Albert
Turnip.
and Antonio.
I was thinking of onion. I said onion. Then.
Turnip is correct. So 12-9 as we get into your final question of the round in the category of fandom quotes. Which Alien series character said the quote, "There is nothing in the desert and no man needs nothing"?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
I don't know. I had a lot of Five Guys right before this.
I had McDonald's. What'd you have from Five Guys?
No, the bacon cheeseburger, which is like a double bacon cheeseburger, but if you want a regular bacon cheeseburger, you have to get it called a little bacon cheeseburger.
1, pens down. That's true. Their shit is weird. You also get like a pound of fries. Anyway, Abel.
I don't know, man. I said Peter Whalen.
Let's go to Albert.
I just wrote Whalen.
We will go to Antonio
I said Hicks.
and Bowman.
I said David.
David is correct. So
Nice vote.
lots of moments in this round for Boatman to go like this. We got the score 13-9. Is that what you have, Nick?
So I have Tim.
All right, Guns and Ships in the lead by 4. They've got 2 repeats remaining. Galac-Deez Nuts has all 3. All the challenges are intact. And we're going to get into round number 2. Nick, how's that going to work?
Round number 2 is going to work like this. It is the wheel round. We have a wheel with 8 fandom categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Each team will get a spin at the wheel. If they like with the spin the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep it. They spin the second time. Each team will get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless you like to check down on multiple choice, in which case it will only be worth 1. Be on the lookout as teams can steal in round number 2. Tim, what's on the wheel today?
On the wheel today, we got Middle Earth, Worlds of DC, Horror Icons, Planet of the Apes, DreamWorks Animation, Marvel, Disney Animation, and Star Trek. So, Guns and Ships, you guys are in the lead. Do you want to spin first or defer?
Defer.
Good job, boys. Yeah, let's defer.
Sounds good.
Okay. So we'll bring in Robert, and then this will be the spin for Galac-Deez Nuts.
Boys, it's okay. We can get this.
Yeah,
Don't worry
I'm
about
just mad about that. I'm just still mad about that Planet of the Apes thing.
DreamWorks Animation.
it. Okay.
Let's spin this one again.
Yeah, I don't think we have to think too much about this. Let's spin this again.
Okay. This is going to be what you're stuck with. And it's
Nice.
DreamWorks Animation.
Thanks a lot, Wheel. You're really cool today.
Yeah.
I like these movies.
All right, Nick, go ahead and give Abel and Antonio their questions in DreamWorks Animation.
Usually you ask if I would like to, but okay, Tim. Abel, Antonio, are you prepared for your questions in the category of DreamWorks Animation?
Thank you for asking, and the answer is no, but we're going to take it anyway.
Anytime. Your first question. Which DreamWorks film features a device called the D-Pelter Turbo, which is illegal in every state except Texas?
Does that ring any bells for you?
Is that Over the Hedge?
Yes,
Over the Hedge.
definitely. Yes.
Right?
Most
Triggers you?
Yes, for sure.
Over the Hedge, final answer.
That's correct, for 2 points.
Great job, buddy. Great job.
Your second
It's one of
question.
the movies I love.
Who voices Bridget, the Bergen girl who falls in love with King Gristle in Trolls?
Well, were just
We talked
talking
about this before, too. Yeah, I know. Nothing for you?
No, let's go multiple choice.
Multiple choice.
All right, multiple choice options are: is it A, Katy Perry, B, Zoe Deschanel, C, Anna Faris, or D, Maisie Williams?
Zoe Deschanel?
I know. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking either, I don't know, A or B, but I don't know.
What were you thinking? Were you thinking
At first,
Katy
I heard Katie, and then I thought Zoe makes sense too, but I'm not sure which one. I don't know if they're both in the movie, but whichever one.
Let's go with B,
Three.
final answer.
I didn't hear the letter. What was it?
Zoe Deschanel, final answer.
That's correct for
Nice.
1 point. All right, your third question. What type of animal is Tsetse in Madagascar escaped to Africa?
Tsetse. I think Tsetse is a lion. I think that's that giant lion that Alex fights. Like Alec Baldwin's character sets him up to fight
That
that one.
triggers you, man. Go ahead if you want to go for it.
I want to
Feel-
just go for it.
Yeah.
Lion, final answer.
That's correct. 2 points.
Whew. Last name is Lion. Well, I'm not going to get a lion question incorrect.
That makes right.
That would have been
All right.
magic.
Your penultimate question in DreamWorks. What is the name of the main villain in Kung Fu Panda 3?
Oh, right. Oh, I know this. Fucking J.K. Simmons.
That's the one I actually freaking saw too. God damn
I know it. I'll know it on multiple choice for sure. I
it.
just
You want to go, or do you need a repeat? Would a repeat help or no?
no. I think multiple choice.
All right, multiple choice.
All right, your choice options are: is it A, Lee, B, Kai, C, Tony, or D, Lung?
It's Kai.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Kai, final answer.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, and Galac-Deez Nuts, your final question in DreamWorks.
Right on.
In The Road to El Dorado, Miguel and Tulio trick the citizens of El Dorado into believing that the two of them are what?
Gods.
Gods. Yeah. You could go with that, right?
Gods.
God's final answer.
And that is correct for 2 more points in the sweep of DreamWorks Animation.
All right, so they get their total up to 17 to Guns and Ships 13. Is that what you have?
What I have, yeah.
All right, so we'll bring back in Mr. Coho and the wheel. Here's the spin for Guns and Ships. It lands on Star Trek.
I'd probably respin that. I mean,
All
it's up to you. It's up to you two. I mean,
Yeah, up to you, Albert. Like I know that's more your wheelhouse.
it's only 4
so I-
points. So
If
like,
we want to respin it, I'm good with it.
okay. I would say there's better things than Star Trek.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, let's respin it.
Okay.
DJ, spin that shit.
Spinner's choice.
Beautiful.
Disney
Disney
animation.
animation, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you got it.
What is the choice? What do you guys think?
Disney animation.
Okay. So I will give you your questions in Disney animation. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, your first question. Which Disney animated film features a circular object that turns out to be a map and much more?
Oh, that's Treasure Planet.
Right. Mhm.
The orb turns out
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
a map and much more. Treasure Planet. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your next question. Who voices Moana's father, Chief Tui, in Moana?
Tamara Morrison, right? Morrison.
Yes.
Tamara Morrison. Final. To Albert, you say it. I'm getting
Tamura Morrison. Final answer.
That is correct. That was about to be heartbreaking. Okay.
No, my tongue can't not make the end sound because that's my sister-in-law's last name.
That was about to be woof. Yeah, that's correct. We're all tied up 17.
I got you.
And your next question. Which fairy's gift does Maleficent interrupt and replace with a curse at the beginning of Sleeping Beauty?
It's Merryweather.
Okay. Go for it.
Merryweather. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points.
Nice.
Your fourth question. In The Sword and in the Stone, Arthur forgets to bring what object of Sir Kay's to the tournament near the end of the film?
It's his sword. It's his sword. He forgets the sword, and that's why I have to pull. I'm sorry. I'm way too excited. It's the sword. It's
Go
a
for it. Go for it.
sword.
That's
Final
it.
answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
I'm excited.
And your final question. How many children did Mirabelle's grandmother Alma have in Encanto?
Okay, so there's Bruno, there's the mom, and then there's Tia Peppa. So 3.
Yeah, I believe that's right.
It's 3. 3. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points and the clean sweep of Disney Animation, bringing their
Nice
total up to 23. Galac-Deez not 17. Is that what you have, Nick?
They get all the questions for 2 points?
Yeah.
Then yes. That's what I have.
Okay. How's round number 3 going to work, Nick?
Round number 3 is going to work like this. It's the betting round. We have 5 more questions in the realm of Fandom Fights. Once the teams hear the category, they can choose who will take the question. The second person will have to take the second question. We will reset for questions 3 and 4, and teams can confer on the 5th and final question. Once they hear the category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the question. If they get the question correct, they will gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have reached the end of the match. Players, any questions? We're getting around number 3.
Nah.
Take it away, Timmy.
All right. First category you can bet points on is going to be Mission Impossible. All right. Let's get bets starting with Guns and Ships. Who's taking it and how much?
I'll be taking it and 2 points.
And Galac-Deez Nuts. Who's taking it and how much?
I'm taking it 2.
Okay. Your question in the category of Mission Impossible. Ethan meets his love interest in Spain in which Mission Impossible film? You ever been to Spain, Nick?
Nope.
Have you ever been out of the country
Technically speaking,
on a cruise?
I lived about 20 minutes from the Mexican border for about 2 years.
Nice.
I went
5,
from there.
4,
I went
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Go to Albert
Mission Impossible 2.
and Antonio.
Mission Impossible 2.
Both are correct. So it is 25-19 as we get into the next category. What is it now?
Your next category you can bet points on is Star Trek.
Let's get bets starting with Abel.
2.
And Boatman.
0.
All right. Nick, what's the question?
Your question is, who plays Lieutenant Saavik in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan?
I knew Boatman was going to have that reaction.
If your life had a sequel based on someone's wrath towards you, who would it be?
Wrath of the master bedroom toilet.
Oh, him. That was unnecessary.
4,
The family show.
2, 1. Pens down. Albert didn't like that one very much.
I'm curious. No.
Abel, let's go. Or no, Boatman, you bet 0. We'll go to you.
Kirstie Alley.
And Abel.
Kirstie Alley.
Kirstie Alley
Oh.
is correct. So maybe it's good Boatman didn't bet on that.
Yeah.
He would have gotten it wrong. So yeah, Kirstie Alley is correct. So Nuts gains 2 points. It's now 25-21, 4-point game. 3 questions remaining. The next category is the Wizarding World. All right, who's taking it for Guns and Chips and how much?
I'll be taking it and 2 points.
And Galac-Deez Nuts.
I'll be taking it. Honor Jack has 3.5. I'm putting a deuce.
Nice. All right, your question in the category of the Wizarding World. Who is the first member of the Order of the Phoenix to appear at the Ministry when Lucius and the Death Eaters have Harry and his friends captured in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix? Do you like this film?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I do. I watched it at a wedding. I was in a hotel and they were doing a...
4.
Repeat the question.
All right, that's going to be the first repeat for Galac-Deez Nuts. Who is the first member of the Order of the Phoenix to appear at the Ministry when Lucius and the Death Eaters have Harry and his friends captured in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix? I did that recently over the weekend. I watched Avengers Endgame, like half of it on a hotel TV.
Yeah.
It was weird. There were like commercials and shit. I was like, this is fucking...
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, my God. I was thrown.
Yeah. It was a weird situation. 5, 4, 3,
I do want to make a down payment on my
1.
car.
Pens down. Let's go to Albert
Sirius Black.
and Antonio.
Sirius Black.
Both are correct. So we still have a game. It is 27-23. Still a 4-point game. 2 questions remaining. Abel and Boatman have to take this category. Nick, what is it?
Oh, it's Tim's favorite. It's Middle Earth.
Let's get bets starting with Abel
2.
and Boatman.
0.
All right, here's the situation. If Abel hits this question, we move on to the final question. If Abel misses, the game will go to Guns and Chips, and they will move on to the next round of the tournament. Nick, what is the question?
Question is, the Golden Hall of Meduseld sits in which Middle-earth kingdom?
I think this is one of those Boatman knows the answers questions. Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. This is one of those Boatman writes an answer down, and maybe it's right questions.
Hi, Tim.
Hey, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Boatman.
Rohan is a kingdom.
It sure is. And Abel.
That would be the correct kingdom.
Correct. Kingdom Rohan is correct. So 27-25. 1 question remaining. The category is, drumroll please, DC. All right, let's get back starting with Guns and Chips.
1.
And Galac-Deez Nuts.
I wrote a really big 2.
Oh, he wrote a nicer too. Yeah, let's take this too.
But you're not betting 4. You're only.
I know.
All right. All right. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and give Galac-Deez Nuts their question. If they hit it, we're going to move over to Guns and Ships and for their question. If Galac-Deez Nuts misses, then Guns and Ships will not need to answer a question and we'll win the match. So, Galac-Deez Nuts, are you ready for your question in the category of DC?
Yes, sir.
All right. Your question in DC. 14 years prior to the events of V for Vendetta, how did Evie's brother die at St. Mary's School? We'll take a general answer.
In a fire? What do you think?
So it's related to V because V came out of a fire. So you think is that what it is?
Well, the problem is I'm just not sure.
I know.
Can we get a
Watch
repeat,
the
please?
Yeah.
Just
Repeat.
repeat it, please.
All right, your second repeat. 14 years prior to the events of V for Vendetta, how did Evie's brother die at St. Mary's School?
Well, how else could he have died?
I thought it was like some sort of sickness or something like that. Like, but you said they take a general answer. I mean, like a sickness. But I mean,
that's fair. There was a giant plague.
right?
There was a big plague.
Was
You
it
wanna go
plague? Because they actually say the word plague. So I mean,
5.
this is
Or
the
do we
last
get
one.
one more repeat, please?
Last
Just
one.
one.
That's your final repeat.
Oh, no.
14 years prior to the events of V for Vendetta, how did Evie's brother die at St. Mary's School?
School. Yeah, I feel like the plague would have like got everything. So I'm like maybe the school, right?
I'm cool with plague, man.
Yeah.
We play our hearts out. Let's go with plague.
Yeah. Let's go for it. All right, you say it because when you say it, I feel like it's good luck.
5.
All right. Plague, final answer.
That is correct. For 2 points. Wow, that was hard to sit through. Yeah, that is correct. 27 points, tying it up. All right, we're gonna move over to Guns and Ships. Nick, if they hit their question, they win the match. If they miss, it goes to Galac-Deez Nuts. So, what is the question for Guns and Ships, Nick?
Guns and Chips, your question in DC. In Road to Perdition, Michael goes to speakeasy owner Tony Calvino to collect a debt and brings a note with it and brings a note with him instructing Tony to do what?
Anything comes to mind, Bill?
I'm thinking like give him all the money.
I'm trying to picture
Or-
the scene.
Oh wait, okay. I'm trying to think of
4, 3.
repeat the question.
That's your second repeat.
Question again. In Road to Perdition, Michael goes to speakeasy owner Tony Calvino to collect a debt and brings a note with him instructing Tony to do what?
Is it maybe to like kill somebody? Okay, maybe I'm just way overthinking this, but isn't it maybe did Michael not write the note? Is the note like for the guy to kill Michael?
5, 4.
Repeat the question.
Repeat the question.
That is your final repeat.
Okay.
The question again. In Road to Perdition, Michael goes to speakeasy owner Tony Calvino to collect a debt and brings a note with him instructing Tony to do what?
You know, I think that's what it is. I think it's to kill Michael. I think it is to kill Michael. The note is because I think the note was not put there by Michael. I think the note was like that's like Paul Newman and Daniel Craig being like, "You're gonna kill this guy."
Go for it.
To kill Michael. Final answer.
And your winner, Guns and Ships. To kill Michael, to kill him is the correct
Way to go, bro.
answer. Wow. Nick, a hell of a final round there. Final question. Both teams using all the repeats and making it hard to sit there and keep a straight face. Wow.
Yep. I need to go back and watch myself and see if I was like giving away facial tics when
like my eyes, like he started saying "kill him," and I like just make sure I didn't like. Oh my god,
they were on fire and they switched to plague, and I was like, "Yep, that's
yeah." Man, great match. Let's get into the post-match interviews, starting with Galac-Deez Nuts.
Great job. Breathe a sigh, if not relief, just the fact that the match is over, because that was a barn burner. Especially if knowing you two gentlemen, if someone was to ask me, "Hey Nick, what do you think their worst category would be?" I'd probably say DreamWorks, and you two swept it. So that was fantastic. You came back from a 6-point deficit in round number 3, which not many teams can say they've come back from, to get all the way to the final question. And you just you two work very well together as a team, I've noticed. You do things that other teams are incapable of doing to make for good matches, and many times you come out on top. You just happen to not do that today. But how are you guys feeling about the match?
So this match was indicative while also not being indicative of the kind of players these are. It was indicative because the wheel was not our friend. Let's be honest. Round 3 categories were our friends, so I guess that evens out.
Yeah.
But the wheel was not our friends. They triumphed through adversity. You mentioned it, Nick. They had a 6-point deficit. They came all the way back. I know Boatman didn't bet on some things because the categories that came up, but that's the game. I'm so impressed with these two. I can't be prouder to be the manager here for them today. I mean, like, some better categories in round 1 or a better wheel spin, and they might win the match. They might not, because, Boatman pulled out Rohan and he might have had to bet on that one. Who the fuck knows? But I'm just so proud of these guys. I think this is such a launching point for them, I think, for 2023, where I just think they're going to be on a tear, because I think the luck can't be that bad all the time, and they're just so wonderful, and I'm so proud of them. I'm beaming with praise. I'm getting ready for when I'm a father, and I guess I got to do it. But I feel like the father of these two trivia was today, and I'm just very proud of them.
Awesome.
Yeah. I also feel not too bad. There's some little things could have gone differently. I knew all their Disney questions. Fucking Battle for the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah. I'll take a look. I'll just, because round 1 is where I should have stepped a little more. I know, I really had a bad round 1, and I just gotta say, since now we're out of the tournament, Albo's I team up with this guy, and I didn't really know him that well. And now I feel like we're almost like brothers, and he's he's understood me a lot, and he's brought me up a lot, stuff like that. Because even though I was the veteran, this guy's shown a lot, and I'm happy to be his partner. And I feel like we'll come back with a vengeance, and I'll step up, because this guy is freaking become a beast in a lot of categories. So yeah, I'm usually not proud after a loss, but I am proud after this one, because we still, like he said, we played our hearts out, and I feel like we'll just come back even better next year.
Yeah, and what Nick said, we work really well together, and this is what I like to keep going and what I like to see. Yeah. So if we work really well together in a match and still lose, it's whatever. Yeah.
Very true. Guys, great job. This does end your tournament run, but we do look forward to seeing you back in 2023. You guys are one of my favorite new teams, so I'm excited to see you come back. But first, we'll bring in our winners today. Guns and Ships. Speaking of teams that work well together. Freaking wild stuff, guys.
Nuts.
Yeah, Bowman, you pulled out at least 3 questions that pretty much everyone else on call had no clue, including yourself, honestly.
There were 3 separate times where I just kind of accidentally walked into the correct answer, which was
It's my favorite kind of way of finding the answer to the question.
Honestly, I'd bump that up to 5. I'd bump that up to 5 questions. The horse question around 1, the David question around 1, the Middle Earth one, and then the DC one at the end. Yeah, that was wild. But at the end of the day, you didn't need that. You guys played well enough that luck always helps, but I think you played well enough to where you put yourself in a comfortable enough position at the end of the match to where you didn't need all luck. You had room to wiggle. But at the end of the day, you guys continue to prove yourselves to be a fantastic team, especially beating a team who's also proving themselves to be well in Galac-Deez Nuts. So how are you guys feeling about the match and moving on into it?
Yeah, no, Antonio and I will play great. They got bad round 2 categories, but as Robert said, we didn't necessarily get what we wanted in round 3, so I think that kind of balanced out. But no, they played great. I love playing with Albert. I love playing with Albert. I just feel like we just have this very electric chemistry when we both step into a match. That I love playing with Albert.
Albert, is the feeling mutual?
Not at all. No, yeah, I'm just kidding. It is very mutual. I mean, literally, like you see, the excitement that he got from the sort of in the stone question just like pumps up the energy throughout the whole match. I was like, yeah. So.
Yeah. These guys are just good. Like Bowman and Albert just together are like, they just fit. Like these two guys come into a match and they just get each other. And when one drops something, the other one gets it. And that's what makes them a great team. They're a team that maybe on paper doesn't sound flashy, doesn't sound like a Wookiee mistake, but I think they are sneakily maybe the best team in the division. I think Guns and Ships is a great team for reasons like today. I think Galac-Deez Nuts played great. They're a team that I have never overlooked. I'm always a little nervous every time that we're playing Galac-Deez Nuts because Abel and Antonio just like you can never count them out. But I think that Boatman and Albert are just like a force. And I'm very excited that we're in another semifinal.
I'm going to take the excuse to say the team name Galac-Deez Nuts one more time.
Yeah, it's fair. I've started to find it kind of fun. But anyway, speaking of semifinals, you guys will be moving on to them. Your second semifinals in a row, if I do say so myself. You'll be playing, as the number 4 seed, you'll be playing the winner of the final quarterfinals match, which will be the number 8 seed Young Justice and the number 1 seed Duel of the Fates. Mm-hmm. So preferences, thoughts, predictions, go.
I mean, sure, would we love to play like Holtzman and Hobby? Yeah, that'd be a fun scrimmage. I think that I want Duel of the Fates more. Like personally, with Guns and Ships, I would rather play Duel of the Fates because I think that would be a really good match that would test 4 of the best players in fandom all at once. And I think it's I think if we can pull that, like if we play Duel of the Fates and we win that, I feel like that's like somehow I think when people talk about the best teams in fandom around here, Guns and Ships isn't one of the first immediate names that comes up. And I would like to change that. I think Guns and Ships should be maybe the first or second team name you think of. And I think taking out Duel of the Fates would be a huge calling card, being like, hey, look, we're still here and we're going to the finals again. And we're going for belt number 3. So.
There. Awesome. Well, I love it. Guys, we'll see you in the semifinals. You did great today. Congrats on the win. And Tim, why don't you take it on home?
Yeah, great match. I think both teams played incredible. Like I said, that round 3 like ending just like was one of the most tense things I've seen in a long time. And I watched Doubt yesterday. So that was really friggin' intense. So this was great. Thank you to the teams. Thank you to Nick for writing this one. I've been Tim. We will see you guys real soon with the next match.
We are so glad you came. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye.
And again, that's the hero gig. Part of the journey is the end. Goodbye, old friend. Giddy has to go.